everybody. It is your girl, Mother from Mama, the undisputed African queen. If you're here for the first time and you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's all free. Like, share, comment below. Let me know where you're watching from. Okay. It is your girl. It is Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 1, you guys. I like the way they did the intro a little bit. It was a little bit different, right? Production did good. It was unique. It was different. I liked it. But of course, it starts with Juan and Robin's marriage and the headlines that have been going on, whether it's Juan with a Canadian lady, whether it's Juan in the hot. Well, first it started with the Canadian girl. I don't care how many people you have been feeding on the streets, homeless people you've been feeding on the street. I cannot imagine my husband, because he's very kind. He's bringing out of his kindness some girl. Okay, so first of all, the questions I have is this. He's married. He says he's not a social media guy, but it seems like you've been keeping in touch with this girl, because this girl was not a random girl that, it's just DM'd you. Okay. So if this girl was going to see her dude in Maryland that she has, and the boyfriend plays for Ravens. So why have you been communicating with her prior to her getting stuck and needing help? And if she needs help, why is she not calling the boyfriend to come and sort her out? I need more to the story for it to make sense, because right now nothing is making sense. And so you can try to, protect and defend your husband. I mean, we cannot question you for that. I just the reason that they are giving is just doesn't make sense. And, I watch Love and Marriage, Huntsville, you guys. For those of you who watch Beverly Hills, Bravo, you might not necessarily be aware of on network. They have a show, Love and Marriage, Huntsville. And there's a couple there that have been accused of, the husband has been accused of affairs and affairs. I'm like, these are the kind of the receipts that I would go by, okay? Because from them, nobody has really come up with anything. But they still want to continue with the narrative. But here, with Juan and his marriage, there are real people saying, yo, I was there. I told him to come to the hotel and pay for my hotel room. And so you're just going to go swipe your card and nothing else that happens. Okay. Now, if Robin decides to, accept that, because she said, yeah, that Canadian situation, we moved on. And then after you just moved on and you're in Watch What Happens Live and you're explaining your situation, which looks ridiculous, and everybody's like, eye-rolling you, and in fact, including Giselle, who is a good friend of yours, then something is fishy. Then on top of that, you are in the laundromat. On top of that, you're in a nail salon. It's too much. And you can see it's taking a toll on Robin too. She's a strong bitch, you guys. She really is a strong bitch. But so she's trying to, they sit down with her husband, and the husband is like, he doesn't care. Well, you should care, because your wife has been, it's taking a toll on your wife. So you might not care about what other people think. And I think that's a good thing, not caring about what other people think. But also you should care about your wife. And I see why, Robin is saying everybody wants to tear us apart. Don't give them ammunitions. Tell your husband to sit his ass down in the house. You don't have a job, sit your ass in the house until you get a job. Don't be going out there doing laundry and doing all that stuff. Sit in the house. How about that? Moving on, you guys. Moving on. Well, first of all, he explains, and then, of course, Robin talks about, how he lost his job, and we all know that we were like, oh, he was fired because of, abuse that was happening, and he's clearing things up. He's like, no, it's because we did not win any games. I love my job, but we never won the games. And that's how that job works. If you don't deliver, you're out as a coach. So I can get that, but it was just a pile of everything, every left, right, and center. I'm like, oh my gosh, can the girl catch a break? Moving on, we have Candace, we have Karen, we have Wendy. They are eating out, and they are all talking about, of course, Robin, and they are questioning all the headlines. Okay, so the headline is gonna be just Robin. If she survives this, if the two of them survive this season, I mean, they are a strong couple, you guys. And then we see Ashley. She is doing some preparation because she wants to invite the girls for a housewarming. She still said that Michael's name is on the mortgage. You have to remember that during the reunion, she mentioned that she's not gonna get any alimony, all right? So she's getting child support and Michael is helping here and there. I think that's a good thing. I mean, she has two boys. Michael should, and Michael doesn't have, I don't think Michael has, does Michael have any other kids? I don't know, I'm not sure. But anywho, she's with mom and she's telling mom, I'm gonna have a housewarming party, and they're talking about all that, and mom is questioning about Candace, and I actually say, I have no knowledge about that situation. And then we see Ashley and Giselle having a phone call talking about Robin, and Giselle saying, how she wants to invite her and Cherise to her house so that they can support Robin. All right. Then we have Giselle and Jason, who is 16 years younger than her, but they look cute. He's cooking in the kitchen. She talks about how they met and how they have been managing the long distance relationship. He lives in New York City and she's in Potomac, so they do back and forth. And the girls seem to like him so far. I don't know if they're still together at this point. Oh, that's a good question. But we'll find out. Then we have Mia and Gordon. Mia is coming in. Remember, at the reunion, she talked about how they're going through financial situation and that they downsized from their mansion to 1,500 acres. That is still 1,500. Is still well, but for her, it's like downsize, and she has to change her lifestyle. And she talks about how she has given up alcohol, meaning hard liquor, but she's still having a glass of wine, which is allowed. It is allowed. Let's talk about how the husband was voted out as a CEO and she's also no longer managing director of the company. They're still not giving reasons as to why that happened. You know what I mean? And then we have Candace and Chris. They're out there, their picnic table. She's letting us know how expensive the tour was. She did it for 2 days. Just the band itself, it's like 50K. These things are not cheap. She says overall she might have spent a six-figure during everything included. The girl has money. Okay, go ahead. I hope you said people start buying your tickets. I don't know, but if she came to Buffalo, I don't think I'll buy a ticket. You know what I mean? I don't know. I hope she succeeds in her music career. I hope so. So then they have the sit down, or is it I don't know what we're gonna call it. The Giselle, Cherise, and Ashley, they sit down and they have an intervention with Robin. All right, they're talking about Robin to Robin about all the things that have happened, and you can see Robin still saying, "I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying about Robin. I mean about Dixon, and all that." But I still think that the world wants to see us apart. And Cherise said, "Forget about the world. How are you feeling? How are you?" And it was hard to hear her saying that my joy has been stolen. Like, you cannot be reading all these headlines and it's still not gonna affect you. So she said she's been affected, but they're holding on strong. She's still defending him. While all the three girls are like, I don't know what nothing makes sense. Is she delusional? Is Robin Dixon delusional? Do you think that all this? But it makes it, because if this happened, especially about the Canadian thing, if it happened a year ago and now they are filming a year ago, I mean, the same anger that she had back in a year ago is not going to be the same. She's moved on. She's gone past that. I think the range that we want to see, the anger that we want to see from her, she's already gone through that, because it's not currently happening. Because if it was being filmed right now as it happens, then you get the raw emotions from her. But right now it's like, oh, it happened. But Giselle, who is a good friend of hers, say, if it's bubbling, like, so if Giselle is saying this and it's a close friend of hers, then there has to be something else that is going on. Anywho, we have to wait and see. I'm sure something is gonna come up. I'm excited about Potomac, Real Houses of Potomac. We see actually introducing yeah, another Nigerian girl from to the group. Okay, she says her dad is rich and so she's rich. Okay, they're gonna have a situation with her and Wendy. She's Igbo. I don't know that Wendy is Igbo. Is she Igbo? Because if Wendy is Yoruba, these are different tribe from Nigeria. If she is Yoruba and she's Igbo, those two don't get along at all. So, but if there are two Igbos, IGBO, if there are two Igbos, right? I don't see why they're not getting along. But hey, we shall wait and see. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share. You guys, I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye, everybody. Enjoy your Tuesday.